All right, this one's called Wall Street Ripoffs. I got 3 ripoffs that I'm going to go over just because they're easy to understand and just let you know how the system works against real people. First one, of course, is nepotism. Now, that's not just a Wall Street thing, but let's say Junior is a Harvard grad. His family and friends want to make him rich, but not with their own money, of course. So how they do it? Well, let's say they're going to loan him money to buy into the one-star widget company. Right? Well, they strip the company of its assets first to pay off the loans. Then they get the taxpayer to support the company, to help rebuild the company. Right? They use the media to improve the brand. And then they cash out. It's as simple as that. It happens. All right? Number 2 is the takeover con. All right? Now this one, we're going to say TT did it. Right? Now he's already rich, and he owns a widget company, but he owns the 6th largest widget company. Well, the 3rd largest widget company is kind of a little bit of financial trouble, and their stocks are down. So he goes in, he buys, say, stock for $17 each. Now, he buys a bunch of stock, then announces that he has a takeover plan, which he knows is not true, but it causes the stock to rise because that's what a takeover does. So then when the stock rises to say 19, he promises stockholders that he's going to pay them more money than their stock is actually worth when he takes over the company. So he will tell them that they have $19 stock that he's going to pay $22 for. Right? Now, they get to profit because they get $3 a share on a share that was selling at 17. He gets control of all of their shares, whoever decides to go, without actually paying for them. Right? And then he turns around, he makes a deal with the company that he's going to give up all these shares for $25 a piece. So the shares he bought at 17, he makes a killing on. The shares that he didn't actually buy at 19, he makes a killing on because he didn't actually own them, but he gets to take the profit from them from 22 to 25. Right? He never paid for these stocks. And who pays in the end? Well, when the company has to pay him back for stocks, the customer has to pay. Right? It's a simple plan done over and over again. Right? Then we go to the rape of a company. This one's pretty easy too. Right? We'll call it the first quality FQ widget company. First thing you do is you buy the company from an owner even if you have to overpay. Then you cut the payroll because you break the union. Then you sell the assets, right? Then you gut the retirement and the health care. All right? You make it as cheap as you can to run without actually putting money into the company. Right? Put your friends on the payroll as marketing experts, and they get paid out of the company's funds. And then you create a second company. Let's call it FQ2 to buy out the company and to send all the company's equipment overseas. And the U.S. government is going to pay for you to do this, to take these American jobs and ship them overseas. And it's done over and over again. And it's because they can get away with it and because the U.S. government pays them to do it. And you wonder where all the jobs went in the U.S.? You wonder why they went to China? Right? It's because these people are splitting pennies. It's ridiculous and it needs to stop. Wall Street is robbing you blind. It cost every middle-class American $50 a week to support Wall Street. That's like a tax, people. People like me, the working class, it doesn't cost us because we don't have assets that they go after. I don't have $100,000 in 401k. I don't have a retirement. All right, I work for a living. So all it costs me is my raises. But it cost you people in the middle class $50 a week over the last 30 years. That's what you're paying to get the rich richer, who are 270 times richer than they were 30 years ago. That's 10% a year that their wealth has increased. And our wealth has not increased a bit. In fact, our wealth is 1/4% lower than it was 30 years ago. So much for the American dream, you people. Let's get it fixed. Let's get it done. Stop these bastards.